Alrighty guys, we are going to break down the co-main event and the main event of the evening, UFC 232. In the co-main event, we have Chris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes, or Amanda Nunes, however you pronounce it. And this fight, I'm super excited about.
I am too. I'm excited just to see Cyborg be challenged. You know what I mean? I thought Holly Holmes was going to challenge her. It was a better fight than most girls that fight Cyborg, but it still looked like a one-sided performance. I think Amanda Nunes is just tough and gritty. She has good jiu-jitsu. She has good stand-up. So it's going to be fun seeing Cyborg be challenged for once.
I agree. And you know, going back to the Holly Holm fight, she did way better than anyone expected, I believe. And I think that's the type of competitor that would give Cyborg an issue with someone that's really good on the feet, which Amanda Nunes is. And Amanda Nunes has got power. You know, she's got a decent amount of power, decent enough to where Cyborg's got to respect it. But Cyborg's an animal, man. Cyborg is a freaking animal, and we don't know what she is, you know. But I have a lot of respect for Cyborg.
Man, woman, or gorilla.
Whatever. Maybe all three. Maybe all three. I mean, I was a believer in Cyborg when she jabbed a girl and put her on her butt, and I was like, holy smokes, you know. And,
I was a believer when she's sparring with Gabriel Gonzalez or Gabriel Gonzalez. Is that her name? The big old girl.
The stocky one that is she fighting another promotion?
Yeah, we'll put up a picture. Hold on.
I think I know you're talking about. But anyway, so you know, Chris Cyborg is just a beast, and I think we talked on a video a few months back that it's very rare that a fighter comes and just runs through a division. We've seen Ronda Rousey do it early in her career, and she was just, you know, steamrolling people. And then we see it in the men's division a little bit more consistently, but women not so much. But I think Cyborg, if she beats Amanda Nunes, she's already beaten all the top fighters in women's MMA, and I can't see anybody beating her anytime soon.
This chick, I don't know her name.
Oh yeah.
I'll show the camera. It's like
that chick is huge.
Gabrielle, she's huge. Yeah, that's who Cyborg was sparring with for a while.
Wow. So with that being said, I love Amanda Nunes. I think she's a great fighter. You know, she's done a lot of great things at the sport so far with beating Ronda Rousey and she beat Holly Holm, right?
She is a kid.
Holy
she's a monster.
Smokes.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I love Amanda Nunes, but I'm going with Chris Cyborg. I think that Cyborg's just too big, too strong, and not to mention Cyborg's talented. It's not like she's just a big freak athlete. She's good.
Yeah, I feel like it would be silly to go against Cyborg no matter who she fights. Like, she could fight a man, and I'd still go for Cyborg at this point because hasn't really been contested that much throughout her whole career, you know what I mean?
Not at all.
Yeah, and like you said, she's just a killer. She's always training. She's still hungry. She's not slowing down, and she runs through everyone who gets in there with her. Yep. So it's like, it's fun that we got Amanda Nunes fighting her. It makes it interesting because you never know. Amanda Nunes is a champion. She has a championship mentality. So that makes it fun. But Amanda Nunes is in there with a whole another thing. And I
feel like Amanda Nunes is going to try to stand and strike with her, and that just completely works in Chris Cyborg's favor. So I'm going Cyborg. I'm going to say Cyborg maybe TKO. TKO, yeah. I just think that once again, like we always say, she's going to be too overwhelming and powerful, as good as Amanda Nunes is. And if it's anyone else, I'm picking Amanda Nunes, but I think Cyborg's just too good. If it does go to a decision, which I don't think would be out of the realm of possibilities, I think Nunes is going to be beat the hell up.
I'm going to give it to Cyborg, but I'm going to go to a decision, and I think because Amanda Nunes, I think she's going to want to draw the fight out to test Cyborg's cardio, but Amanda Nunes also has cardio issues, so it's interesting. We will see. But let's move on to the main event.
So we both got Cyborg.
Yeah, definitely.
So the main event of the evening, the man, the myth, the legend, Jon Jones is back against his one and only foe, which a lot of people think he won that fight, Alexander Gustafsson. And I dropped a video earlier. I actually watched the fight last week because I wanted to have, you know, a clear mindset picking this fight. Dude, that was a really good fight. Like I stated in my video, probably one of the best fights in lightweight history. And you could make an argument both ways that Gustafsson won, but you could also make an argument Jon Jones won. But just watching it, I think it should have been a draw, if anything. That's my personal opinion. And the reason why I feel that way is Gustafsson pieced him up on the feet, and John Jones was 0 for 9 in takedowns going into late in the 5th round.
Gustafsson landed more takedowns, right?
If I recall the fight, he landed more takedowns, and John Jones finally got a takedown late in the 5th, and he was 0 for 9 at that point. And I think Gustafsson led in significant strikes. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. So, but there were times when John Jones looked really good. There were times when Gustafsson looked good, but consistency all around. I think Gustafsson should have won if it wouldn't have been a draw. So, you know, there's a lot of things going in this fight that that Gustafsson can take away and be like, hey, man, I should have had that fight. Especially with Jones having that 2-year layoff or however long it's been. We don't know which John Jones we're going to get.
This is the thing, too. That fight was so long ago that it's going to be a whole different fight now. Gustafsson's been out for a little while, too. He's been hurt. You know, I mean, John Jones has been out. So they're both going to be a little rusty.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting seeing what happens when they both meet toe-to-toe again. Who's going to be sharper? Who's going to be the one to land the most strikes?
And it's tough to pick because also, as well as that fight being 3 to 4 years ago, both fighters are coming off layoffs. They're both 3 to 4 years older now. So how do you age? Is there any lingering injuries we don't know about? You know, there's a lot of factors going into this fight that we don't know. You know, we're assuming that when they step in the cage, both guys are the best they've ever been, but we can't guarantee that. You know, they might have been the best that they were 3 years ago. You know, John Jones might be super rusty. He might get in there and get worked, or the opposite might happen.
Yeah, that's the interesting factor. I feel like that plays into this fight big time. So,
you know, but when you look at it, you know, for apples to apples, the guys are about the same height. I believe John Jones still has more of a reach advantage, probably by like actually, you know, 4 or 5 inches, maybe more. But they're long, they're lanky, they both like to stand up. I didn't realize Gustafsson was a boxer before he went to MMA, so his stand-up's good. And he knows John Jones is going to try for a takedown, which he did in the first fight. He stuffed 9 in a row. So
he has great takedown defense.
Yeah.
John Jones says in his defense he was all coked up before that fight.
Yes,
so
I agree. He does say that.
We will see.
Didn't he say like barely trained and didn't take him serious and all this stuff? So I don't know. On one hand, I'm like, it's hard to count out John Jones because he is a former champion.
You can't ever, I feel like you can't go against John Jones because he's proven himself every time. I mean, was it steroids or was it cocaine or dick pills that was helping him? Or
well, in my opinion, John Jones is probably one of the GOATs. You know, obviously with all the lingering cloud over him, you have to, you know, question it. But as far as sheer talent, the guy, steroids or not, you still have to go out there and perform. You have to train, and that dude is an animal. And it's hard to count him out.
He's almost like the LeBron James of MMA. Like, I feel like the same backlash would happen to LeBron James if he got popped for steroids.
Yeah.
Like obviously they're the best of our generation, but like, does it count for anything?
Yeah.
So we gotta see. We gotta see now that he's off. You think if he was taking anything, he would even think about taking it again, or?
I don't know. I thought after the first time he'd be clean, and after the second time he'd be clean. We don't know. I mean, and he even admitted on Errol Hawani's show, he said that he still smokes pot, he still drinks. So the guy is admitting, hey, I'm not a stand-up citizen like everyone wants to think.
Which is okay now.
I
At least
agree.
he's not lying to himself and the public. You know what I mean? Saying, oh, I'm clean.
Yeah.
He's saying, hey, I smoke, I drink, but I have it under control now.
And there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Exactly. So as long as he does have it under control, he's training, he's doing what he needs to do to become a champion again.
Yeah.
We will see. Is that one for the belt? Do you know? Are they stripping DC?
I don't know. To be honest with you, no, DC's not stripped, I don't think. Which I'm not sure, though.
Yeah.
It might not be. But, so, you know, this fight's very intriguing to me because there's just so many factors. So many factors going into this fight. And I love Gustafsson, and I actually like John Jones. Even though he's done some stuff, I still like the guy. So, who you got? This one is so hard to call because it's kind of like...
I feel like you can't ever go against John Jones, and this is, like, for me, I think John Jones is going to win, but I want Gustafsson to win. Usually I go with what I think rather than what I want, but this time I'm going to go with Gustafsson because I think he did win the first one. I think his mind's just in a better place. He's been hurt too. He's finally getting back in there. I mean, John Jones does have something to prove, but that's kind of scary too, though. John Jones does have something to prove. So, yeah, even now as I'm trying to make my pick, I'm going back on it. So, I don't know. Who do you got?
I'm going to go John Jones for the reason you just said. You know, that one layoff he had, he came back and beat DC. You know, he knocked him out with a head kick. DC pretty much had a pretty easy fight with Gustafsson. I feel like everyone's here and John Jones up here, especially with a motivated John Jones. You know, now we got to understand that people are saying his arch rival is the GOAT, Daniel Cormier. And there's no one in this world other than USADA who John Jones hates more than Daniel Cormier. So if there's one thing that John Jones can do, he can come back, he can whip up on Gustafsson, then he can go beat DC.
I don't think he's whipping up on Gustafsson.
But you know what? I'm just saying.
This is why I feel like why John Jones is so good is because he has a huge reach advantage over everyone. So he picks his zone and he sits there and he just like picks you apart. But Gustafsson, I think, has a longer reach than John Jones.
I don't think he does, though. You should look it up. I want to say, because I want to say when I was watching that fight last week that I was blown away because Gustafsson was taller, but John Jones actually still had like a 5 or 6 inch reach advantage. But with that being said, like Steven said, you're not going to just destroy Gustafsson. I mean, it just doesn't happen by any stretch of the imagination.
So, yeah, John Jones still has a longer reach.
He does.
He has an 84.5 reach.
So he's got a 5.5 reach advantage.
Yeah.
Dang. But he's what? An inch shorter? Yeah.
No, same. Oh.
He's an inch shorter with a 5.5 inch longer reach. But they're both the same age.
Yeah.
So I'm going John Jones because I feel like he is motivated. I feel like he wants to make a statement. I think he wants to beat DC for a 3rd time. He wants to say, look, guys, yeah, I messed up. Yeah, I was on drugs. Yeah, I was on dick pills. Yeah, I was on steroids, but that didn't taint my performance. I performed because I'm good, not because of drugs. So I feel like his motivating factor is get back, beat Gustafsson, which, like you said, you're not going to run through him because he is tough. Then beat DC, and then you say, well, see ya, told you guys, you know. So I'm going John Jones.
Yeah, I don't know. His training camp's a little weird right now, too.
It is.
At Winklejohn.
It is.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to go Gustafsson. Like I said, I think John Jones is going to win, but every once in a while it's fun to go against the grain. So I'm going to go Gustafsson because I don't think that's a bad pick in my head.
No,
It's always been a coin toss anyways to me. So I'm going to go on the other end of that spectrum. I'm going to go Gustafsson.
Well, and for the record, I want Gustafsson to win. You know, I like that guy a lot. He's humble. He's a nice guy. You know, seems like a legit dude. I just think that I hope Gustafsson wins, but I'm just picking Jones. So
yeah. Well, there you go.
So Steven's got Gustafsson. I got John Jones. The fight, December 29th, UFC 232. Let us know in the comments below who you got, who he's going to win, what happens next, and you know, maybe if we're not too high on soda, we'll do a post-fight view that night, but we don't know where we're going to be
Maybe
yet.
if we didn't take too much dick pills that night, you know, and steroids.
But we don't know where we're going to be yet. So anyways, guys, we'll talk to you later.
Peace.